Okay, Brian.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, my name is Emily Lavender, and I am debater A. My species is giganteus, and the common name for this species is the vinegaroon or the giant whip scorpion.
My name is Francisco, and I'm debater B. My species is Latrodectus bishopi, and the common name for this is the red widow spider.
So our debate topic today is which one of these species would win a fight. So the vinegaroon is otherwise known as the giant whip scorpion, and it's the only whip scorpion to be found here in the United States. And although they look like they're really dangerous, they're actually a rather benign creature. And also because they're called the scorpion, you would automatically fear its venom. But its name is actually really deceiving because this arachnid has neither the venom-filled stinger found in scorpions or the venomous bite that's found in other spiders. So one very distinct feature of the whip scorpions is its long, thin caudal appendage, which is directly related to their common name, the whip scorpion. Sometimes people mistake them for insects because it looks like they have 6 legs and then a pair of antennae, but actually what you think are the antennae located at the front are just an additional set of long modified legs. So these are seldom seen because of their nocturnal nature, and they're also found in the southern and southwestern parts of the United States, and they burrow really deep underground. And the last thing is that a full-grown vinegaroon can be up to 3 inches long, and that includes both their whip tail and their front legs.
As far as the red widow spider goes, it's an elusive and really rare species of spider, and it's only found in Florida. This spider lives among sand dunes and areas that are dense with sand pine trees. So it's really a very unique and specified location. It has distinctive red and black markings, and so it's very easy to identify because of its unique look. The species is also nocturnal, and it avoids confronting its prey directly. So red widow spiders are also venomous, but while there are not a lot of extensive research on the species because it's so rare, it's typical for spiders within the same genus to have venom that's between 10 and 25% more potent than that of a rattlesnake. The venom of a red widow spider causes muscle spasms instead of incurring tissue damage, and the muscle spasms can be permanent for someone's entire life. Only the female spiders are venomous, and their size varies. So most are about a 1/2 inch in size, with up to a 2-inch length and leg span. There are a few reported cases of bites from red widows, but due to their limited geographical span, their impact on human society isn't really very well known.
So while only the female red widow spider can emit their venom, both male and females of the vinegaroon release their toxin. So the common name for vinegaroon is directly related to their ability to give off a spray whenever they feel threatened by their predator. So this spray is 85% concentrated acidic acid from the base of the whip tail. So the toxin that's produced is a vinegar-like scent and taste. And so when it's released, then it hurts the eyes of their predators long enough so that they can scamper and run away. So because they don't have any venom, these arachnids are harmless and can be handled by humans without much concern.
While I would be worried about the spray from the vinegaroon, the red widow has really poor vision as it is, and it doesn't really rely on its vision in order to catch and consume prey. So it's unlikely that the vinegaroon spray would be able to take down the red widow. But in addition to that, the red widow does have a very potent venom to it, and it can cause a lot of damage to other insects, which are typically what the red widow tries to eat. And although the red widow isn't confrontational, they are known to set up a lot of traps of really sporadic and irregular webs that will confuse its prey, and it'll lead them into a more densely woven funnel-shaped web where they'll get caught and trapped. So That, in addition to my spider's small size, it's really elusive, and because it doesn't want to be confrontational, it probably won't get sprayed by the vinegaroon, and it would probably help it win in the fight.
So the use of the red widow's venom is what would really take the fight in the case if these two species were to go head to head. But nothing can stand in the way of the sting that the spider gives off. So while the vinegaroon can procrastinate and attack its predator with its vinegar toxin, it cannot cause any extreme danger to their predator. So something that is useful for the vinegaroons is that they can cause pain to their enemy through a bite. So they're carnivorous, nocturnal hunters, and they feed mostly on insects, millipedes, terrestrial isopods, sometimes worms and slugs, things like that. And so how they attack their prey is they crush them between these special teeth that they have on the inside of their trochanters. And trochanters is their second segment, or like their second set of legs that are up at the front of their appendages. So that's their main source of attack. And the vinegaroons are most valuable in the control of the population of cockroaches and crickets.
While that is intimidating, due to the vinegaroon's need to use teeth, I think it makes it at a greater disadvantage against the red widow because of the fact that the red widow can lay out elaborate and difficult to see traps, and the vinegaroon has poor eyesight. It makes it an easier target for the red widow. And should the vinegaroon attempt to get out of the web, it may have a lot of difficulty because entomologists have discovered that the Latrodectus genus that the red widow belongs to can have web fibers that have tensile strength equal to that of steel wires of the same thickness. So I think despite using those strong teeth and probably like one-on-one being a stronger opponent, the likelihood of it being able to escape that kind of trap would be really hard. Not to mention the Latrodectus species, when you translate it from Latin, means biting in secret. So chances are the vinegaroon won't even know what's coming to it.
Overall, the vinegaroon is a rather benign creature with very few means of attack. And so they're more likely to avoid any sort of confrontation instead of going towards it head on. And they do so by remaining nocturnal and burying themselves into where they live. Their vision is really poor as well, as we talked about earlier, and so they're unable to sting with any sort of dangerous venom or be able to see where they're going to sting. And so for that, again, they usually just kind of flee the scene. Instead, they release a toxin to irritate their predator enough for them to run away. So their only means of defense, when you really think about it, are their teeth. And that's where they produce their painful and deadly bites to their prey. And this is their main source for defeating the competitive species such as the red widow spider. And although vinegaroons don't attack often, don't let that deceive you because they can definitely defend themselves if they're provoked.
Similarly, the red widow spider also is very non-confrontational, and it does try to strategize before it catches prey rather than fighting directly, especially because when they do become intimidated, they play dead, which probably isn't the most formidable thing to fight against. However, I think the red widow is a dangerous opponent that can use its patience to beat a vinegaroon in a fight. In addition, since the vinegaroon has to fight in close combat if it were to try and kill the red widow with its bite, I think the red widow's venom could incapacitate an overconfident vinegaroon and emerge victorious. In addition to that, I also think the red widow's size and lifestyle allows it to be a little more secretive and discreet, which might give it the upper hand in the fight. So that's my argument.
All right.